So good morning. Can you hear me? I think so. It says on mute, but I'm not muted. Right, so it's Saturday and this is the workout, the new workout plan. So I've done this so that it's just available sooner so that you've got more time over the weekend to do the workout. Okay, so I'm just I think that looks like you can see me. I might have to move my heater. So today you're going to need your mat and some dumbbells as well. Okay, so just about move the heater out of the way. So I'll be warming up in a minute. And just about in there, aren't I? I think that'll do. Okay, so let's start off with warming up. So warming, so I'll just move it higher. A tiny bit. Just not quite wide enough, this room. Sorry, not the best view of me. Right. Okay, so warming up. So just rolling back through the shoulders to start off with. Think about bringing your shoulders down, bringing your arms back to sort of have your chest opened. And then we're going the other way. That's it. Just nice and really think about getting into the backs of the shoulders. All too often we work forwards, so we really want to open ourselves out. And then roll your shoulders through. We're going out to the side, pushing up overhead. Again, keep those elbows back rather than pulling them into your chest or towards each other. So keeping it nice and wide. And then roll through. Then you're going to put your fingers on the side of your head and you're bringing your elbows together or as near as you can. And just trying to open out into the backs of your shoulders. You sort of should feel a nice stretch starting to happen or waking up feeling in between your shoulder blades. And then let's sit on the floor after this one. Okay, rolling through. So sitting down. Hands can be behind you to support you. You leave a nice gap between your feet so that your knees have got somewhere to drop down, and we're twisting through. And we're just here, we're just working into the hip sockets and just sort of starting to twist, rotate the hip through the joint. Again, just loosening everything up and even into the big muscles in our backsides to get them moving as well. And then we're going to turn over onto our hands and knees and do our cat-cow stretches. So pushing up through your shoulders, let your head drop to your crowns, pointing towards the floor, your tailbones tucked under, and then the opposite way. It's rolling through the back, pushing down, sinking down into the chest and looking forwards, sticking your bum out. And we'll do a few more of those. Just nice and gently. And one more each way. So really arching that back, drop your head right down, and then lift it up. And then you're going to go into a flat back position, and we're bringing one arm up out to the side, and then the other way. So a nice stretch, rotating in the spine now. So working the spine in a different direction. And then we're going to come into a flat back position on our hands and knees. You're extending one leg out and the opposite leg forwards. And then we're going to swap round. So going alternate. 1, 2. Try and keep your balance. Keep your back straight as you can, or as level as you can, so that you could put something on there and it wouldn't fall off. That's what you're trying to achieve. Let's do one more each side. And then we can stop. So we're going to stand up and just do a few little squats. So I set myself a challenge today to do a workout that's got exercises in that we've not done before. So I've almost achieved it. I think there's one. Oh no, I think I might have just tweaked everything just as a little bit of a cheat to make sure that they are slightly different and bring the changes. Okay, so that's my challenge. Don't think I can hit that every week. And then one more of these little air squats. And then we'll just sort of stop, have a little bit of a shake. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to do it to a timer, 45 seconds for each exercise. The first one is a bit like a jogging on the spot. It's a stair climber. So you imagine you're a rope climber. You're imagining that you're climbing up a rope as well. So it's a bit like jogging on the spot. You can go a little bit higher and faster. You're obviously just bringing your arms into the movement a little bit more. So that's our first one. So I'll get the timer going. So when you're ready for that, 3, 2, 1, and go. So I'm just going to start slow. So you're just reaching up high with your hand. So you're marching here. And I think when it's the first one of the sequence, there's no harm in keeping it lower impact while you warm your body up. So you're just imagining the rope above you, and you're just pulling it down and towards you. It's quite a big one on the arms, this, isn't it? Getting my heart rate going already. So nice one for a good low impact start. So we've got 10 seconds left. Keep going, really reach up and pull down that imaginary rope. Could never do this in school. And then 3, 2, 1, and stop. There you go. Not a loud time today. I'll turn that up so you can hear it. Okay, so the next one you're going to do is get your weights. This is the exercise that's not new. A bicep curl, okay? But we're going to do it in alternate arms. So roll your shoulders back, pull your tummy in, your elbows get tucked into the side, and you're just going up with one arm at a time into a bicep curl, okay? So actually, we'll do a little change. Start with it by your side so that the dumbbells are facing your thighs, and then you're going to twist your arm so that your palms are facing your shoulder at the top. So a very slight change in the technique here. So let me start my timer again. So when we're ready, we're going to do 45 seconds. So 3, 2, 1, and start. So starting this way, elbows in tight, turn that wrist round so that your bicep dumbbell touches towards your shoulder, but it goes down to the side of your legs. So you just really think about squeezing up. And halfway, I think. So relax the shoulders down. Keep checking that tummy. And your body's not really moving. You just really think about bringing that dumbbell up and squeezing through the arms. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now take that one. Okay, so now we're going to go to a side squat kick. All right, so it's a squat and then out. Squat and then out to the side. So remember, for your squat, you're sitting back. So your weight should be on your heels. And then as you come up, you're going to the side. So you're not going forwards here and feeling pressure on the backs of your ankles. It's sticking your bum out, okay? So let's do 45 seconds of those. So 3, 2, 1, and go. So squat and kick. Squat and kick. Opposite leg. Opposite side, I mean. Well, it is the opposite leg, isn't it? And you're coming up to a stand in between. So again, quite low impact, but you start to feel it on your glutes. I am already. We're more than halfway. Again, there's no rush for these, just take your time. Getting my heart going a little bit here. I'm really hurting in my legs now. 10 seconds left. 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and stop. Okay, so picking up your dumbbells again. Let's see what we've got next. Okay, so we've done front raises before with our dumbbells. So roll your shoulders back, but we're going all the way up now. Yeah, so all the way up overhead, one arm at a time. So nice and straightforward. So when you're ready, let's start with those. 45 seconds starting now. All right then, so raising all the way up and then down, raising all the way up. And again, you're keeping your torso and your body nice and still. So all the way up. So you'll sort of feel this into your back a little bit more, actually, the back of your shoulder. So it's quite a nice exercise in the way that exercises are nice. So nice and controlled. Just enjoy that nice, smooth movement. If you find that it's a little bit too heavy for you, just drop the weights. We'll take longer in between. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. And your dumbbells can go down. All right, so my next one is squat toe touch. So we're squatting down and reaching to the opposite toe. So we're still going back to stick our bums out, yeah? And reaching down to that toe, coming up, and reaching down to the opposite toe, and coming up, yeah? And again, you could speed this up if you wanted, but let's just get the technique nice and good so that we know that we're bending from our hip, twisting slightly to reach that toe, up, and then down, and then up, and then down. Okay, so when you're ready, 45 seconds of those, let's go. So squat down, and up, down, and up. Let's find a nice rhythm. So just a slight bend in your knee, but you're really sticking your bum out here. Make sure you're sticking your bum out and your back's flat. You shouldn't feel any of this through your lower back at all. So that's stretching your hamstrings as you reach down. But you're just moving a little bit from side to side as you reach across to your toe. So we've got 10 seconds now. Keep it nice and controlled. 5 seconds left. 2, 1, and move. Lovely. All right, so we can stop that one. So the next one is grabbing your dumbbells again. So we've done side raises. We're going to have our weights facing forwards here. And if it's too heavy, you can just use your hands without any weights. So your hands are facing forwards. We're going all the way up to the side and they're touching like that. Okay? So out all the way to the side and up. All right? Sometimes I need a bigger room. All right, so let's go for 5 seconds. 45 seconds when you're ready. Let's go. Okay. So all the way up, reaching to the top. You can hear a little clunk maybe. So again, nice and slow. Keeping your arms out nice and wide. It's quite hard on this, so have a rest if you need it. Just do as many as you can, there's no rush. And that's why I went to the timer today, because I thought, let's just do something that lets everyone work at their own pace. You can go slower or faster. So really reach out. Bringing them up. 5 seconds left. Keep your stomach nice and pulled in and tight. And stop. Lovely. And then down with the dumbbells. Okay, so the next one is elbow to knee. So you're going to be standing up and you're going to bring your elbow across. Yeah? So a bit more of a, again, another nice low impact one, but working the body in a diagonal way, which is great. All right, so when we're ready, let's go for 45 seconds. Elbow to knee. Okay, so elbow, I'll coordination failing me then. Elbow to knee. So a little bit of balancing going on here. Obviously some coordination that some of us are struggling with to get going on. And stay upright, try not to kill anybody in. Let your knee come up to your elbow as much as you can. There's our balance going again. So bringing my leg up rather than crouching down, yeah? If you can't touch them, it doesn't matter. So you're working your stomach quite a bit here, as you probably feel. And again, you can change the speed. 5 seconds left. And there we go. All right then, so, and then now we're going to do a shoulder press. So again, I think this is one where I've not quite managed to do something new, but your arms are facing each other. If you prefer, you can have your weights facing outwards, and we're just going to go up one arm at a time for our shoulders. I want you to keep your stomach nice and tight and not let your ribs flare and arch your back. All right, so when you're ready, 45 seconds for these, let's go. Okay, so pushing up. So just go at the speed that you want. Keep that control through your torso, so it's just your arms moving as much as you can. Don't feel your ribs flaring, which you might start to do if you get tired. You want to keep that control through your core. So it's just your shoulders and your arms that are doing the work. 15 seconds left. Oh, digging in. I can feel this now. My heart rate's going up. 10 seconds left. Tell I'm struggling because I'm counting. 5 seconds left. And we'll have to wait for the timer because I can't see it. And there we go. Okay, and down. Lovely. Okay, so now we're going to do reverse lunging. So this is a little bit harder. You're stepping back and then alternate legs. Okay, so really make sure you take a big step back here and you want to feel once you're back. Really think about going onto your tiptoe. That can help rather than walking back and trying to get onto a flat foot. Go onto a tiptoe, drop down, bringing that back knee towards the floor, push up through the front leg to get back. Just bring it together. All right, so let's do 45 seconds of those. When you're ready, you can hold on to a chair if you prefer for this one. Let's go. 45 seconds starting now. Okay, so lunge. Again, this is a balanced one, but you can hold a chair if you need to. Make sure you step back as much as you can, but don't worry too much about how far down you drop. You can just build that up over time. Just really step back and then push through that front foot to bring your feet back together. That's one thing to really focus on. Pushing down with that front foot. Stepping back as much as you can. Going onto your toe. Not long left, 5 seconds. Couple more to do before we stop. And there we go. Okay, lovely. Okay, so the next one is dumbbell pushing. So you might find this a little bit harder depending on what your weights are. You're going to start up and we're coming out as if we're doing a little punch. So when you punch, I want you to think that your wrists are flat. Try not to have your wrists up like this. So you're trying to punch front, and I actually can see I'm twisting my arm slightly as I come forwards. You don't have to straighten your elbow completely, just a sort of soft elbow will be fine for this. Yeah? So just do as many as you can, rest when you need it. Okay? Or drop the weights and just do it with body weight. Alright, so 45 seconds of these. When you're ready, let's go. Okay, so 1. And again, keep nice and strong through your stomach. Just your arms moving. If you feel any pressure on your elbow, just from the heaviness of the weight, then just don't worry about dropping the weight. And just doing, punching out with your hands. Or if you've got lighter weights, you can switch to lighter weights, okay? So, punch, punch. I did buy a boxing bag this week, so maybe that's why I'm thinking of punching exercises. And then 3 seconds, 2, 1, and stop. Lovely. Okay. So we're going to go through those all again before we do some floor work. So we're going to start off with our stair climbing and our rope pulling. So if you want to take the tempo up now, then feel free to do that. If you want to keep to the same tempo that we've already done, then by all means be my guest. So when we're ready, we've got 45 seconds left. So 3, 2, 1, let's go. All right, so pulling down. I'm going to try and take it up a little bit. Really think about pulling that rope down. And you can just bring your knees up a little bit more. Stay light on your feet. Take it down if you want. Or just go between either version. A bit harder this. I have to admit, I feel a bit stupid. I don't like these because I think your arms can feel a little bit like flailing around, but they're a really good way of having a low impact exercise that you're just really using your arms to get your heart pumping. So that's why I'm including it. And then nearly time to stop. Okay, lovely. So what was next? Our bicep curl. All right, so for this, remember we're starting with the weights by our side, curling up so that our weight comes into our chest and the hands facing inwards. All right, 45 seconds starting now. So curl. And again, you're just going to find your own speed for these. Some people like to really take the time and just concentrate on the move. Other people just naturally have a little bit of a higher tempo that they enjoy. So as long as you feel like you've got the technique right, you're not swinging your arms too much, and you've got the control through your stomach, just find whatever tempo you like, all right? So I'm going somewhere in the middle, I think. 10 seconds left. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Okay, and then we've got our side squat kick. So it's a little squat, sitting back, and then coming up to the side and doing it that way. Yeah? Got that? Let's go again for 45 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and go. So squat, kick, sit back, and out to the side. Sit back, out to the side. You should feel your heels are very solid on the floor, they're never coming up. So push hard into the floor with this leg as it comes out. To get yourself standing up straight, so push down here, push down here. That's the thing to really think about, this working leg. You can feel that on these little bottoms, not so little. 10 seconds left. Kicking my plant, falling over everything today. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so it's our front raises to overhead. So shoulders back, I'm going all the way up on each side, okay? So 45 seconds of those. Let's see if it works with my toe. Yeah, 3, 2, 1. Yes, it does. Okay, so all the way over your head. So again, keeping your stomach still. I'm just bringing up to vertical. Just think about those shoulders being relaxed and down. I notice myself hunching a little bit. And I'm resting this one on my thigh as I bring the other one up. And I'm just finding that makes it nice and quite comfortable actually. So keep going, more than halfway. Giving my shoulders a lovely crunch, this one. 10 seconds left. Again, just find your tempo. 5 seconds left. How many more will we get in? And probably 1, that's it, lovely. And then down. Okay, so what have we got now? So, we've got our, sorry, I can't turn it off. Our toe touch. So this squat, we're going down to our toes. Alternate toe, yeah, reaching down, but again, it's a squat back, so your bum sticking out here. Feeling that stretch of this muscle as you stretch down, and then as you straighten yourself up, and you straighten yourself up by pushing into the floor, you should feel your bum contracting here. So you're not lifting yourself up from your back, you're pushing yourself, you're straightening yourself up by pushing your feet into the floor. Okay, so 45 seconds of those. When you're ready, let's go. So touch, push into the floor to stand up, push into the floor. So imagine you pushing the floor away with each move. It really makes a difference to how you move on this one, rather than thinking of just straightening your back. And what's happening here is your hips are moving before your back's moving, and that makes your bum work harder and your back not work. So much better way of doing the exercise. Get your big muscles working and save your core at the back. So 10 seconds left. Really feel like you're pushing the floor away from you to stand up. 5 seconds. And done. Okay, so what's my next one with these dumbbells? So where are we now? So we did squat, toe touch, side raises to overhead. So your weights are by your side, your palms are facing me, and then you're coming out all the way to the side, reaching overhead. Okay? So when we're ready, 3, 2, 1, and go. All right then. So side, overhead, clunk together. Maybe you can hear it. You definitely can't see it. And again, just take your time. Keep your tummy nice and tight here. Again, you don't want to be arching through your lower back by flaring your ribs, so just pay attention to that. Quite tough on this. Dig in, have a rest if you need it. Try and keep your shoulders down though. Temptation when you're struggling is to pull your shoulders up towards your ears. Try and resist that. Roll through. Have a rest if you need it. Just dig in, 5 seconds left. Oh, feeling this one. Last one. Oh, whose idea is it to put that in? Okay, so our next one is our elbow to knee. Yeah, so it's our elbow to knee. So 45 seconds of those. 3, 2, 1, and go. So try and bring your knee and your shoulder, knee and your elbow together without tucking down. Yeah? But you are working diagonally across your belly. If you can't get them to meet, then it doesn't matter. No one's watching, I can't see you. And just, again, just take your time, or you can speed it up. If you want to get more of a burn, just you find the speed that's right for you. This speed is doing plenty to get my heart going. 5 seconds left. And stop. Okay, so our next activity with the weights is our shoulder press. So 2 versions here. Either you're bringing your palms are facing together and you're pushing up one at a time, or you're facing out, facing me, pushing up. Just a preference. Pick whichever one you find the most comfortable. All right, 45 seconds, starting now. I'm going to choose this version. Tummy nice and tight. And again, it's just your shoulders that you're moving here, with your elbows as well. But you're trying to keep your tummy nice and tight so your ribs aren't going to flare. And this is a good one to think about your shoulders. We're working the shoulder muscle. We're not working the muscle between your neck and your shoulders. So try and keep your shoulders down and relaxed. And then just push up with the weight. Sounds a little bit counterintuitive, but that's what we're going for. Okay? Keep them shoulders down. We're nearly there. 5 seconds. Another tough one, this. Nearly there. And we're done. Lovely. Okay, then we've got our reverse lunge. So again, it's a big step back onto your toe. Remember that? Dropping down. And then you're pushing through the front leg to stand up and bring your legs together. Don't worry how far down you get your knee. Just work towards finding something that's comfortable for you. So we're going to go for the toe starts on the phone. 3, 2, 1, and go. Got there. So just go back as far as you can, but push down that floor at the front to bring your feet back together. So I'm just doing a lower bending version for this one, so you can have a look at it. Go onto your toe as you step back. And push that weight. So you can have find a little nice rocking motion that's helping you get to stand up on this. Keep going. Just 10 seconds. So staying on that toe helps. Push down at the front to stand up. Push down at the front to stand up. And stop. And then our last one is our dumbbell punches. So keep them in front of you. And I've got a very slight twist going on through my body as I'm reaching forwards. Just rest if you need to. If you find any discomfort through your elbows, just you can put the weights down and just use your hands. Okay? And another good one to pick the tempo you want. So let's do a toe start. 3, 2, 1. Yes. So punch. Punch, keep your tummy tight. And again, you can find your tempo. You could join it up if you wanted and just get a nice smooth rhythm going. Or you can just do a nice slow version. So you're doing less punches, a little bit more rest time, which is a good way to start to build it up. Okay, keep going. After this, we're going on the floor. But most of our hard work has been done. You'll be pleased to know. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so I'm going to do, I'm just going to grab a tissue, hold making a nose run. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. All right then, so we're going to do a different version of a glute bridge. So, normally we do our hands down and we're going up like that. So today, and you can do the old one if you prefer, but I'm going to do one where I'm lifting put my hands behind my head and I'm just lifting up. Okay? So we're going up like that. So I can't go as hard, I can't go as high, I mean. I'm squeezing my tummy together. I'm really focusing on my glutes, but my head's just pulled up very slightly. If it feels uncomfortable on your neck, just go for the other version, all right? So we're just going to do counting on these, and we're going to do 12, all right? So lift your head up and squeeze your glutes. 1, 2, pushing through your heels, remember. 3, really give it a good squeeze. Not as much moving here, so there's more control. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, last one, and 12, and then down. Lovely. Okay, working the side of the glutes now. So, a couple of options here for you. You can either go in this position and just lift up and come down. Yeah, so that's an easier version. Or you can extend one leg and go up, and we're going up like that if your balance is good. All right, so I'm going to do this one because it's new. If you want to do this one with your both knees bent, you're going up and down like that for 12, okay? If you're going for the new version with me, you're lifting up, so this is contracted already, your toes on the floor, and then you're raising your leg, okay, for 12. All right then, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're pulling more feet on this supporting leg here. 5, 6, 7, the hard this, 8, 9, toe all the way down, 10, 11, last one, and 12, and then relax. Whew, not that. All right, and then going onto the side. So again, choose your version. I'm going to do this one today. And when you're strong through that shoulder, by the way. So when you're ready, let's go. 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's going in the second time around. 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh my God. 10, 11. Last one. And 12. Oh, you stayed with me for that. Thank you. All right then. So we're going into a tuck crunch here. So you can grab one of your little weights. So this is just taking a little tuck a little bit further. So quite often we'll do press up like this, sit up like this, yeah? So you're coming forwards with your weight up to your thighs. So today we're going to just add something onto it, which you can do if you want. If you want to stick to the old version, stick to the old version. So today we're taking our weight and we're bringing our knees in, so the weight goes over our knees. As you come back out, make sure your back stays really firmly planted on the floor as you bring your feet back to the starting position, okay? If you can't keep your back in, just stay on the old version, all right? So we're going to do 12 of these little tucks. So when you're ready, let's go. Okay, so really push that back in and really focus as you come out on that back being pushed into the floor. This is 2. And 3. And 4. And 5. And 6. And 7. Much harder this. And 8. And 9. And 10. And 11. Last one. And 12. Okay, so now we're going to stretch. You're going to let your legs come out, pulling your hands over your head and reaching out. So if you like those glute exercises and the stomach one and you want to do them more than once, I'm just doing them once at a time, you can obviously just rewind if you're watching the recorded version and then relax. Then we're bringing our leg up, stretching into our hamstring. Try and relax the upper part of your body, your head, your neck, your chest, and your shoulders. And you know by now we're just going for a nice gentle stretch. So I've gone a bit over, I think I'll be a little bit over on this one, so I'm sorry about that. Probably spend a bit more time explaining some of the exercises as well, just to make sure that you're happy doing them right. And if you do find that you're not sure about anything, if you're doing it right, you can always just drop me a line and we can arrange a chat, just to chat about the technique. And then we're going to do our glutes. So putting your foot over your knee. You can either leave it there, push gently back on this bent knee with your hand, or you can lift up just to stretch into here. And then let's swap sides. So again, you might find one side's tighter than the other. This is tighter for me. So just modify your stretch if you need to do the lower, the easier version on one side, that's absolutely fine. And while you're in that stretch, particularly if this is your tight side, just try and think about relaxing into the hip, into the joint, just to let that stretch deepen a little bit. Okay. And then we're going to come out of that. You can stand up. I'm just going to stay on the floor and kneel up because my head will get jerked off while I'm stretching my arms. So we're going to just bring our hands over, just bring our knee, it's menopause brain, isn't it? Elbow up, stretching into your triceps. I'm not even out of breath now, so I've got no excuse. And then we're going to swap sides, stretching into this part of your arm. And then we're going to bring one arm out, reach out with your hand, and you're just going to tilt your head very gently over to the opposite side, so you're lengthening this area here. And you should feel a stretch into the shoulder, sometimes into your arm further down. It's a funny one, this. Funny but good. And again, just try and think about relaxing that shoulder down. Really easy to automatically start to pull it up there. And then swap sides. So reaching out, just drop that shoulder. Just gently pull your head over. And just feel that very big, weird stretch. Can't even identify where it's hurting sometimes. Not hurting, but you just sort of feel all those little muscles pulling in a sort of nice but weird way. scratch. It's like itching something that you don't need scratching, you can't find it. And then relax. And then we're going to put your arms out behind you. Again, drop those shoulders, reach out with your fingers, pushing away. Taking a couple of deep breaths. And then we're going to stand up and just stretch our quads. So you might need to hold on to something. So just gently holding your foot. If you find that you can't do this easily on one side, you can grab your leggings, or you can get a scarf over your foot so you can hold that up. And it just means that you can stretch a little bit, pulling up with the scarf rather than your hand. So just a little tip for next time. These muscles can get very tight. Some people can find it quite difficult to stretch them. But there's always a way. Always a little tip. And then we're going to take a step back. So make sure both your feet are parallel. You don't want that foot turning out. And then you're pushing down into the heel here. You're just bending forwards on this knee. You're leaning forwards to elongate the back of your body, pushing into the floor, stretching into your calf. And then swap sides. So pushing down, push your heel into the floor, lean slightly forwards, but just make sure you, even if you can't get that heel down, just think about trying to bring it down as much as you can. So that's how you're going to get some length in that muscle, which is up and tight. Okay, now fingers into locked, turning your hands over, reaching over your head, lifting out of your ribs and your hips and your armpits. Big deep breath in, and then out, roll through your shoulders. One more, interlocking the other way, pushing down, reaching up, stretching out, big deep breath, and then release. Lovely. Okay, thank you very much for joining in. Have a wonderful day, whatever you have planned, and I'll see you again very soon. All right, take care. Oh, tell you what, my computer broke this week. That's why I had to buy a mouse because my keypad won't work. So that's what I'm trying to end it on the keypad. All right, I'll learn.